Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews, everyone. So, there's this video going around on Twitter that I've seen. It's from a guy that calls himself Jar Jar, not Abrams. At Jar Jar Abrams, with 2 S's. And he's a part of the Phantom Menace. And he showed us a video, which is like a documentary or something. It's only 2 minutes, 20 seconds long, about how a bunch of SJWs are being so shallow with their words. How they feel not represented because the protagonists in Star Wars, specifically, are not matching their demographic to the letter. Hey, but don't take my word for it. Take it from there. And here we go.
Media science fiction, movies, television, cartoons, prior to about maybe 10 years ago, was really, really heavily weighted towards, like, white dudes, basically. Dudes who look like Luke Skywalker, much as I love Luke Skywalker. I think that people started to realize that this was kind of limiting the storytelling in all kinds of ways. It was kind of making the storytelling less interesting and less dynamic, and it also has real-world effects in terms of who people think can be heroes in the real world.
Our own real history is full of figures like Obi-Wan or Leia or Rey, and when you only tell stories with one kind of hero, you don't get that. But when stories give you a chance to see the people who really have to rebel to survive right there, and everyone cheers for them, that's something else.
So if you're watching a movie and that person looks nothing like you and none of the characters with agency look like you at all, you're still looking for empathy, you're still finding your way into the story, and you're still looking for ways to hang with the movie to the end. But marginalized folks are having to do an added layer of that. I think that people who often get represented in films, whatever their demographic may be, don't have to do that work at all. And so it's probably a surprise when they suddenly have to.
I watched all the films when I was growing up because I always had an interest in like sci-fi and like fantasy stuff, and Star Wars, it's nicely both. But I just didn't feel like Star Wars was really for someone like me. And like me, I mean like someone who is black. And so for a long time, I just didn't engage with it. And then The Force Awakens came out and there was Finn, and I was like, oh my god, it's finally like someone who looks like me.
Because it's like, how is it to love something that you don't see yourself in? And so finally, for you to be acknowledged that you exist in a galaxy that's so diverse to begin with, but there isn't a plus-size Latina woman in all galaxy at all, like, that's hard to believe. I wanted to make a statement that we exist, that we are valuable, that also as fans we have money that we want to spend, and things should be made for us.
Oh my god, folks. These fools are so frickin' shallow. As for the one that says that they didn't think Star Wars was for them, and meaning somebody who is black, they say they saw all of the films, right? Meaning episodes 1 through 6 at the time. And even Clone Wars, because Clone Wars came out in 2008. And there was a movie. Mace Windu, Lando Calrissian, Stas Ali, Adi Gallia, plus a plethora of others. Are they a joke to you? Were they not black enough? Did they not meet your criteria of being your direct color, or the direct match to your skin color? Because last I checked, they were all black. So, yeah, you're a fool. And you're spreading a false narrative. As for Miss Plus Size Latina here, she says that movies should be made for them. Movies should be made for everyone. Let's get that straight right off the bat, folks. And Star Wars girl, that Star Wars girl, she retweeted this, and She phrased it perfectly. What a sad existence these folks must lead to be this shallow. Not being able to see past someone's race, gender, body type are all forms of xenophobia, sexism, and racism. All things these people claim to be against. But it's okay for them to do it. I'm sorry, but what the F? She phrases it perfectly, folks. You see, social justice warriorism, or the SJWism as I call it, as everybody else calls it, woke culture, it's a cancer. It is destroying everything the world is, because it is causing you to focus on nothing but skin color and body type and gender and religion. It's forcing people to bend to the will of the shallow and the sexist and the bigoted of all types, including sexism. And I am so sick and tired of this crap, because we've already seen it in a bunch of movies. Look at frickin' 2019 Charlie's Angels. Look at Terminator Dark Fate. Look at Captain Marvel. Look at Avengers Endgame, where they had to literally take time out of their story just so that these fools could be represented or feel represented. Here's the wonderful fact that you all need to learn. Ever since movies started coming out in the early 1900s, even the movie picture films that were silent films even earlier, all of them, and I do mean all of them, have everyone in the world has been represented. And when I say everyone in the world who has been represented, guess what? You're human. You are human. You were born a human. You will die a human. You have seen humans in movies. You have seen humans in television. You have seen humans in comic books. You have seen humans all over. You have been represented because you are human. Sadly, your mental capacity only allows you to focus on the fact that you are this or that and not human. But you know what? I will say this. Do your diversity. Do the diversity. I'm all for it, believe it or not. I am all for diversity in movies. Have your black people in movies, which have been prevalent for many, many years. Have your LGBTQ representation, which has been around for 100+ years. Have your transgender characters. Have your gay characters. Have all of that. I have no problem with it happening. But when I do take issue with it, it is because when they are doing it nowadays, they are doing it to such a degree that it is taking away from the story because they feel that they need to preach. When you are preaching to people, instead of trying to entertain them, you are saying, you need to feel bad if you are white because you are an oppressive person. And gay people need to take the front. Black people need to take the front. Women need to take the front. And all sorts of other underrepresented minorities. That is racist. And I'm sorry, I don't agree with it. It is morally wrong. Racism is morally wrong. And, in some parts of the world, illegal. So, yeah. For all this video that you guys heard, the first woman was I believe a transgender white woman. So, used to be a white dude. The other one was a transgender mixed race woman. Used to be a man. And I believe The third was a black woman. The fourth was a black woman. And the fifth was the plus-size Latina. All of you are racist. And sexist and bigoted. Congratulations. I said this about the Hollywood elites that say that their white privilege allowed them to be more benefited than you all. So yeah, this crap is nothing but bigoted drivel, and the fact that people are celebrating it and saying, oh, these people are so brave, y'all need a wake-up call. Y'all need a wake-up call, and y'all need to realize that the world is more than just the color of your skin. The world is more than your gender. The world is more than your religion. The world is more than your body type. You can feel represented by somebody who is not fitting of all of those. Believe it or not, I actually identified with Lando Calrissian in Empire Strikes Back. Always looked down on, always underestimated. But guess what? He busted himself out of Cloud City and kicked ass doing it, even though he did betray Han to do it. I didn't betray anybody, but I could connect with Lando Calrissian on some levels. When it came to Finn, I could connect with Finn, believe it or not. Always overlooked, always treated like shit, and always freaking pining after somebody when it was unrequited, sadly. Yes, I've had that problem. Who hasn't? Anyway, folks, yeah, I can actually identify with people that are not my skin color. Just gave you 2 examples. That's the video, folks. Anyway, y'all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Let me know down in the comments below what you all think of this god-awful video. And have you been able to connect or find common ground with or feel represented by anybody of the opposite gender, race, and all that other stuff? Let me know down in the comments below. Anyway, folks, this has been Orange Hat Reviews. Catch y'all on the next one.